Hello everyone, this is Mr. Beal back in today to talk to you about using databases. Now databases are a particularly useful tool for us to use in school because they contain reliable information that's up to date and has been verified by professionals. So these are things that we can trust to get us the information we need for projects and whatever we need to use to find information for in school. So today we're going to be talking about how we can access one of the databases and some techniques that we can use in order to find the information that we want. So let's talk about how we can get to the database. So the first thing you'll do is you'll click on Smith Library Links, and when you go in there, then you'll go into your Symbaloo, and the link for it will be right here, right next to the search bar. Now, once you click on it, it will bring you to the Britannica Elementary. So Britannica used to be just an encyclopedia, but today it also is a database where we can find all sorts of information. Now, using this is going to be a little different. So there are certain ways that you can find the information you want. So for instance, you can hit the articles button here, and if you're doing just, say, a general search. So you have all sorts of different topics that this database covers. And whichever one you want, say if you want something for science and mathematics, it'll bring up an alphabetical list of all the articles in there, which is rather lengthy. So that's okay if you're browsing, but I'm sure many of you have a specific question when you come in here. So in order to do that, you need to hit the search button at the top. Now, doing a search here is going to be a little different than, say, in Google. So, for instance, if you could use Google, you might type out an entire question. This is not what we should be doing here because it's not going to give us what we want. If we are going to search for something in the database, we have to think about keywords. Keywords are basically what is the focus of your question, what's going to describe what you're looking for. So, for instance, if you're looking for information about a person, you should try to find an article about that person. Or, say, if you're trying to find information about a place, like, say, where in Paris is the Eiffel Tower, you might want to search for either an article on maybe Paris or the Eiffel Tower. Those could be a few keywords. Now, that being said, research and using databases is not always going to be a straightforward process. So let me make sure we understand. It's not going to be a straightforward process. We're not just going to get the answers nice and cleanly. We're going to have to put in efforts. We're going to have to think of ways we're going to search. So if we can't find something in one article, maybe we might have to look somewhere else. So please remember, we have to develop these skills in order to better ourselves at our research. So make sure that you think about the different ways that you can search for different articles. Now, for instance, if, say, I want to figure out what were some of the accomplishments of Albert Einstein, my keyword there would be Albert Einstein because I'm trying to find information about him. So I'm going to type in Albert Einstein. Now, sometimes you might get recommended the right article that you're looking for, but sometimes you might, if that's not the case, what you'll have to do is when you hit search, you will have to look through a list of articles that have come up. So it can be all sorts of different ones. So sometimes it might even give you another article that you might not even be aware about that could help you with what you want. So, fortunately for us right now, Albert Einstein was the first article that came up. So we're going to search by that. All right. So once we get into an article, usually with an article, they have, if it's very lengthy, they have what's called subheadings. Now, in this case, it's going to be these big green letters right here. These are going to focus on different parts of the article. So think of the article name as your main topic and the subheadings as different sections that it's broken down into. Now, seeing as my question was, what accomplishments did Albert Einstein make, or what did he do? Looking through here, I have introduction, early life, scientific breakthroughs, and later years. Now, I believe that if I'm looking for his accomplishments, I'd probably want to see his scientific breakthroughs. So, it looks like, according to the article, one of his accomplishments was creating paper that explained new properties of light or other theories of relativity. So, those are some that helped me find the information that I wanted because I used my thinking about it. I was able to find what subsection of that article is going to get me what I want. Now, of course, sometimes it might not always be straightforward. Sometimes you might have to read through more of the article. So maybe you have to start at the introduction and gradually work your way through. Now, that all depends on what we want. Now, just remember, like I said, it's not going to be a straightforward process. It's going to take some effort and it might take some time. It's going to be up to you to try to keep at it and try to think, what are some ways that I can find what I'm looking for? Now, we'll talk more about other ways that we can find information in databases and other places, but using keywords and looking for subheadings and articles are definitely some starters that we can use not only in Britannica, but in other databases with very long articles, because these are things that we use to help find information. All right, so I hope that this helps explain the basics of researching, particularly in Britannica, and hopefully we'll be able to take these skills and apply them to other databases or other ways when we research. I hope you all have a good day, and remember to always try your best.